prayer, discipline, and helping the poor, all culminating in family time and a feast. This is how the 1.9 billion Muslims around the world are observing the month of Ramadan.
What is Ramadan?
Ramadan is a period of reflection and control that Muslims experience every year for about 30 days.
Ramadan commemorates the month when Muslims believe the words of the Quran, the Islamic holy scriptures, were revealed to the Prophet Mohammed. It's a time when many Muslims choose to fast during daylight hours. Imam Tom Fikine explains.
Now, what do we fast from? We fast from all food, water, and the sexual intimacy. So when most people hear that the first time, their response is not even water. To which we say, yes, not even water.
Children and the elderly, people who are ill, traveling far from home, and those who are pregnant, nursing, or menstruating are not asked to fast. A typical day during Ramadan starts with suhoor, says Wilfredo Ruiz.
So there's a breakfast that we do very early before dawn that is called the suhoor. The families normally gather, if you're like example in Florida, you need to stop drinking or eating around 6:30 in the morning.
The daily fast is broken after sunset with an often communal meal called iftar.
There's a beautiful practice here, especially in America, that the iftars are celebrated or done in the Islamic centers.
You want to pig out. You want to stuff yourself. But if you force yourself to extend the bowl to your neighbor first or to the person who's sharing the table with you and serve them as opposed to serving yourself, that this is something very spiritually powerful and something that inculcates really good habits. So to go for this year about 12 or 13 hours a day without drinking or without eating anything, it both makes you much more aware and conscious and intentional about the things that you do eat during the hours when you are eating. It makes you more grateful for what you have. And it teaches you delayed gratification.
How can people who are not Muslim support their friends and co-workers during the month of Ramadan? Start by saying Ramadan Mubarak or Ramadan Kareem, seasonal greetings that wish someone a blessed or generous Ramadan. Or if that's uncomfortable, try Happy Holidays. According to the Council on American Islamic Relations, look out for students or employees who may feel a little drained while fasting. Schedule meetings that do not revolve around food. Have a comfortable, safe area available for midday prayers. The month of Ramadan concludes with Eid al-Fitr.
In that day, like in Christmas perhaps, there are exchange of gifts from parents to kids, from family to family members, neighbors to neighbors, and it's a celebration.
The misconceptions about Islam, Ruiz believes, come from people getting their information from the wrong sources.
Imagine people asking about Jehovah's Witness to a Muslim or about Protestantism to a Catholic. So if you really want the right version of what Islam is, who a Muslim is, what we stand for, what are our ethical values, what are our religious practices, try to learn it from a Muslim.
Islam has roots in the United States going back a very long time. And so to talk to people about what it is they actually do believe, what it is that they actually practice.
Imam Tom and Ruiz are both American Muslims.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are under the assumption that Islam is a foreign faith or a foreign religion, or it's only limited to the Arabs. I break my fast with espresso. I'm able to be fully Italian-American and fully Muslim at the same time.
Ruiz served in the U.S. Navy as a JAG lawyer.
When people see the name Wilfredo Ruiz, they are not thinking a person who is Muslim.
I'm a Puerto Rican, born and educated there, attorney. In 2003, I embraced Islam in Puerto Rico.
After his religious conversion from Catholicism to Islam, Ruiz attended the Hartford School of Divinity and felt called to serve again.
So I joined the Navy again as a chaplain, as a Navy chaplain.
Both men say their faith has been unfairly politicized.
As a person who is fully American and also fully Muslim, I think that we exist at a very pivotal time in our country's history, and that a lot of people are waking up
And each time that there is an international conflict involving Muslims, or every time we're approaching elections, unfortunately, our community is taken as a political football and start being in the mouth of politicians with misconceptions about Islam, misconceptions about who Muslims are and what we believe.
The faiths have no problem getting along, and actually, if you go across the 1500 to 2000 year history, that getting along was much more the rule, and it was not so much of an exception. That what we see right now is historically an exception, and it's mostly due to politics.
Our faiths are a lot stronger, are a lot more meaningful than our political beliefs and even our nationalities.
In Islam, the faithful greet each other with the phrase Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. In Judaism, many say shalom, or peace, and some Christian churches say the words peace be with you. Ruiz says people of faith need to live up to those peaceful promises.
This is a time where those who say and consider themselves be practitioners of Judaism, those that practice Christianity, and those that practice Islam are called by their very faith, by their belief in God, to be those representatives of peace.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm TC Newman.